Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz, and I'd like to welcome you to Yoshi's New Island. The most disappointing Yoshi-related thing since, well, the last Yoshi-related thing we got, which was Yoshi's Island DS. Yeah, this game is kinda disappointing, I'm not gonna lie, especially if this introduction theme is to be a precursor of things to come. It does get a little better, there it is, when they get the nice little guitar in there, but in all honesty, this game had so much potential. Even the first screenshots I saw this, I was already just kinda like, not feeling it, and, well, I'm sorry to say, it just doesn't really live up to the standards, I think, of what a good Yoshi's Island game should be. And this is coming from someone who actually enjoyed the DS version. This is a story that takes place a long, long time ago, way up in the skies, magical, cuddly land where babies come from. So they're still teaching kids in school. Storks come here to pick up infants for delivery to their soon-to-be parents. You know, I don't really think that's how it works, game, but you keep teaching kids that. The stork has plenty of memories from his time with these special babies. Now he's off to deliver baby Mario and Luigi to their new, happy home. And of course, this takes place directly after the events of the SNES Yoshi's Island. You know, the DS version is nowhere to be found in this. They're just like, yeah, not even, that's non-canon. Even though they are practically the same development team that worked on the DS version worked on this one. And it's just so weird. Huh? Wait a minute. Excuse me, but who are these babies? We're not expecting any babies, darling. What is the meaning of this? Just kidding, the couple is surprised and confused, and egad, it seems our silly stork has delivered the babies to the wrong house. The wrong house? Oh no! The whimsy, what hijinks will ensue this series of events? We must get baby Mario and Luigi to their rightful parents. Damn it, we totally just destroyed the entire fabric of what the first game lent us to. So the stork rushes off in search of their true home, but first... Huh? Oh, who would have seen this coming? Man, whoa! Oh, they're tussling. It's Kamek. He's back to steal those babies once and for all. The dastardly Kamek swiftly nabs the brothers from our frantic stork. No! And then drops Mario once again. What terrible luck. Baby Mario has fallen down toward the big blue sea. Now get this plot twist, if you couldn't have guessed. Welcome to Egg Island. This floating paradise was once a peaceful second home for the Yoshi clan. Until one day, Baby Bowser took over, deciding the island would be an epic vacation home. The Yoshi clan searched all over, but couldn't find Baby Bowser's hideaway. Now they live in fear of the evil power terrorizing their once peaceful home. It's kind of ironic that you would say that, but oh, great. These Yoshis are all abuzz about where Baby Bowser and his castle might be. What's this? I believe we've seen this before. Suddenly a baby with a red hat floats down from the sky. Thank goodness. Little Mario seems to be unharmed by the fall. He appears to be thinking about his brother, because, hey, we need a way to progress the story. Without skipping a beat, Baby Mario begins to crawl with determination, but then he soon realized this was a very silly idea and stopped. Because telepathically, he can sense Luigi's location. I'm not even kidding you, that is the plot on how we actually find the castle. Yoshi's agree the island is too dangerous for a baby, and they decided to help by taking turns carrying the little guy on their backs. Fantastic. Yay! With Mario settled, the first Yoshi takes off and the adventure begins. Can Mario and the Yoshi clan rescue poor Luigi? Well, let's find out. In Yoshi's New Island. So this basically follows the same mechanics as the first two games. I kind of like how the bottom screen is situated this time. It's kind of similar to the first, or to the DS version. But for the most part, they're pretty identical, although they did get rid of that stupid dual screen as a one screen thing. It's all on the top screen this time, and the bottom screen is basically just, you know, delegated to map stuff. So let's see, flutter jump. We know how to do some fluttering jump. So you might not think, hey, this game isn't really all that bad at first, but there are so many weird little nicks and inconsistencies making eggs, obviously a staple. To make eggs in Yoshi's New Island, you have to come to a complete stop and press down on the D-pad in order to actually swallow and make an egg. And that's really unfortunate because in the other two games, you had so much momentum, and it made the gameplay feel so much more fun. Like, that's why I enjoyed Yoshi's Island DS so much, was because you could just run through it and not have to worry about your momentum slowing down. This one, every time you swallow an egg, you come to a complete stop. If you're in mid-air while you're swallowing, you are in no control whatsoever, and there's no run button. You literally just go from a walk to a run automatically on the D-pad or whatever you're using. I'm using the D-pad because personally I like it better for side-scrolling things. So tossing eggs, of course, we've done this millions of times. Throwing eggs in this game is very strange as well, because you'll notice a little animation of Yoshi. He actually takes the egg, he picks it up, and then he throws it. So there's like about literally 2 seconds of a delay from when you press the A button to when he actually will throw the egg, and it's very off-putting, especially coming from me. I wouldn't say I'm a particularly amazing gamer, but if you saw my DS playthrough of the Yoshi's Island, then I just kind of would blaze through it, and I could just, depend so much on just my instincts on working. But this one is just such a slow amalgamation of things. I'm still not used to it, and it's weird because they changed so many things. They still have not, shaded in the red coins, a slightly darker red, on screen like they did in the first Yoshi's Island. They still haven't done that. I don't know why they decided to cut that aspect of it. And then, whoop, okay, there we go. I like how they managed to drop onto her. And you don't get a 1-up after collecting all 5 flowers. You still have the same mechanics, although we do have a new one here. We have giant eggs. We'll be seeing this over the course of the game later, and you can't go through under like smaller areas like this with it, otherwise you lose it. So what you can basically do is just shoot these things, and you'll get a lot of points. The meter at the top will fill up, and if you can get it all the way, then you'll get 3-up, but I think I screwed it up there because, well, kind of just screwed it up, so that's unfortunate. But we can do it again because we're actually going to need that to collect our last flower. So collecting 5 flowers, 20 red coins, and 30 stars by the end of this, and you don't get graded out of 100 like in the other games. You get graded on check marks on whether or not you actually collected every single item. If you didn't, you get squat for that, alright? And it's just one of those really weird game designs where it really feels like this game was severely just dumbed down to a T, and it's kind of disappointing. But also, they took out minigames, they didn't bring back items from the first game. But we've got medals now, and basically you need to get 30 medals, and the only way you can get those is by getting the flower at the end there, which is completely luck-based, and you can still miss. And so we've got the 3 checkpoints, we got 5 gold medals, which is good for us. Once you get all 30, you actually unlock a secret mission at the end of the world, which isn't really that big of a deal because it's not worth it. You only get 1 bonus level at the end, and then you get like a mini game thing, and it's just kind of disappointing, I thought. But also the worlds do have names this time. Last one was well, I forgot what it was, but Chomp Rock and Roll is World 1-2, which is kind of nice. They give them worlds. I think they did in the first one and the second one, so never mind. I don't know what I'm smoking. Alright, so let's go over here. Get used to hearing the song, by the way. So rock to roll this thing, and very nice. Alright, I guess we can do that. We can bring death to all of our adversaries, and then, just call it good to go. So this follows the same mechanics. There's literally so little that's new here. We got our butt stomp here to this very strange, this looks like bird feeding things, or whatever, the things you hang up in their cages and they eat off of them. Just what it looks like to me. But we have some bonus rooms, and this game is kind of weird on collecting things. You can run over baddies with a Chomp Rock. Good things might happen when you are in the mindset of a serial killer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yoshi's New Island, rated E for everyone. Good things come to those who kill everything in their sights. In a brutally fictitious manner, but, oh god. So, as I was saying, things appear a lot more often than they did in other games. Like, if you guys are familiar with some more of the more recent side-scrolling Mario games, how most of the coins that you find will only appear after walking over a certain area. They do that liberally in this area. Also, we've got, another kind of thing we have to use the gyroscope for. It's kind of annoying, but it's not particularly required at this point. But we've got ourselves a shy guy that we're gonna give a blowjob to. There we go. Alright. That's what you get. We're a man-eater. Alright, so let's go grab this for a bunch of red coins. And just, there we go. And there we go. Hopefully with the 3-up, not that we're gonna need it. Oh, God. So, that's kind of a cool little thing about the Shy Guy. Oh, God. There's gonna be a couple more variations of that, but we have ourselves a psychedelic freakout, ladies and gentlemen. Once we walk through the door, we enter a world of watercolors and oil paintings, and we turn into, well, Minecart Yoshi. Tilt to move and press any button to jump. This is going to be something you're going to be seeing a lot of in this game. You've got a couple other things like a jackhammer and a balloon. It's like, really? I don't know, it's kind of strange because these feel so hackneyed, but luckily the gyroscope isn't particularly difficult. It's pretty black and white, but you can slow down pretty easily too, so at least the controls aren't terrible for this. But if you get hit by these Shy Guys, isn't a real big deal, any repercussions. It's just, this game plays it very safe with some of its placements of enemies. It doesn't really throw any fastballs at you, any curveballs or anything, and it's just one of those things where, Oh, also, if you beat it, you come back over here, so you actually continue on through the level, and if you lose, you have to start over, but at least you don't, progress on. You can just try again with whatever you collected, having stayed collected. So let's grab this flower, I believe. There is a flower, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I originally wasn't really planning on buying this or even, doing an LP of it. But then they had that Pokemon deal go on, and I was like, you know what, I think I'd be good for that. And they did actually have some Club Nintendo rewards I wanted to get, and one of them was the Yoshi's Island shirt, which I did end up getting because I just got a bunch of my stockpiled Nintendo games and I put in a bunch of that nonsense. So that was kind of cool, and I'm looking very forward to wearing that because that shirt looks freaking awesome, even if the game is not really all that great. And I'm not just saying that just to be like, one of the people who are like, oh yeah, well, it's a Nintendo game, blah, blah, but this one, you have to play, you have to have grown up with the first one and just love that to death, and then played this and kind of just been like, I mean, I liked Yoshi's Island DS, for the love of God, and you guys saw, I don't know, I kind of got annoyed by that, but anyway, let's get done with this. We're going to be doing 3 levels per world. I'm going to try and keep it a little bit more streamlined in this LP, rather than that one where I would go through like 5 levels as fast as I could, which worked well in my favor since that was a game where you could actually go fast and you didn't have to slow down. And it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, this is kind of fun to just run through. It's kind of like Donkey Kong Country, where it's more fun to go through it as fast as you can, because the game doesn't necessarily punish you for going too fast, but yeah. And this checkpoint system just kind of infuriates me. Like, not in a bad way. It's just like, why'd you have to get rid of the 100% thing? It was so gratifying to see, get 100% or what you missed. If you missed a flower, then it's like, oh man, I really got to find that flower. But here we've got the Cave of the Nipper Plants. I guess that's what they're called. They're called the nipple plants. So, and these are of course things you would already know. So, let's see, we've got nothing else over here. Again, same music from the last 2 levels, so just keep in mind, you're going to be hearing a lot of the same music. We've got ourselves, we can pause the cursor, that's right. Not really any practical place to use it, but you can use it in places like this, and collect some nice little stars here. I don't like collecting the stars in this, in all honesty. Their hit detection is so weird. The hit detection in this game is just bloody awful, to say the least. It's so... It's very strange. I'm not used to it at all. I'm just used to Yoshi's Island DS. I apparently logged more than 60 hours in that game for this project, which is kind of saying a lot because I didn't think I played it that much, but I did practice the hell out of it in case, I played through that entire game without taking a hit, except for the last 2 levels where I was just like, you know what, I don't even care. It's Yoshi's Island DS, nobody's gonna see this. Why do I need to keep up this incredibly frustrating feat? But I might go back to those and just do that real fast. As of now, tentatively, I would like to be able to do this game without taking any hits because, like I said, this game is like a huge step down in difficulty in general from that game, especially because you don't switch babies. Yeah, of course, apparently a lot of people didn't like that because it turned Yoshi's Island, a platformer, into more of a puzzler. So let's go ahead down here. I don't think there's any red coins down here. Speaking of which, the bottom screen, like I said, is only delegated to, like, what items you have, like, what world you're in, how many stars, coins, and flowers you have, as well as lives and coins. And I couldn't really find a good way to, put it on the top screen so that you can see it, but at the same time, you guys don't have to see it. You know, the other two games didn't have any kind of interface in the gameplay here, and I kind of like it like that. So you guys are only going to be seeing one screen for this project, except for whenever I decide to switch, because this game does not rarely, if ever, use the second screen, except for the text in the beginning, but still. Whoops, of course. Oh, in case you didn't notice, the eggs, they are randomized every single time, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. Not the greatest design choice, in my opinion, because when you need to bounce it off walls and stuff, and you have a red one, that's where it gets a little irritating, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's just they change so many things so randomly, and I just want to know what their thought process was for half of these decisions. It's like, hey, let's give Yoshi this really awkward sense of mobility and momentum, and then we're gonna make it really awkward for him to do, you know, all of his super agile stuff he was able to do in Yoshi's Island DS. And it's just, it was very strange. It makes it weird to collect, like, stars. Like, you can't really tell, but, like, yeah, right there. Look at, thank you. It's just weird, and sometimes, I don't know, it just feels, just weird. And I don't want to say it's bad or anything, but it's just, ugh. And this guy's he's gonna get the bomb. There it is. All right. So there should be a flower right here. So, yeah, I'm hoping that this is gonna definitely be under side project status, because I still have a lot of other stuff I'm uploading right now. I finished Shadow of the Colossus on the 26th of March, and right now I just uploaded the 5th episode out of the 18 videos, so that's nice. It's just compiling all of the footage I recorded together is just kind of a pain, so I apologize if you guys are looking for that. Just, you know, project for a rainy day. This one's gonna be just really easy to knock out of the park. You know, I just uploaded the entirety of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon if you guys want to see that. So, I don't know. Maybe that might not have been the greatest long-term investment as far as project goes, but, you know, for something that short, you know, it's been a cool little thing to do once or twice. So, grab this, and there we go. Also, Yoshi's Island Super Mario Advance 3 is coming to the Wii U pretty soon, and I was gonna wait to, you know, do that one first, but I was like, let's do this, actually, because by the time that comes out, I'll be done with this, so I just didn't have that taste out of my mouth. And so that was the last one. We have one more flower, which I do believe is outside over here. If the game would load, thank you very much. And, yeah, it's right over there. So we could jump on this clam, but again, okay, thank you, game. The game has some really weird physics compared to the other ones. I'm still not used to them, and it's just, it feels like when you're jumping off an enemy. Oh, there's stuff there. Oh, and right over here. Okay, so those flashing fly guys, I should say, you can basically hit them and you get 1-ups, and that's kind of cool, except every so often, like, they'll have this weird, oh, damn it. The aiming is still really weird in this, like I said, but they'll give you 1-ups every time you hit them, and that's kind of a cool little thing. I don't think they were in the other ones. Speaking of which, if you die 3 times in a level, and we got the birth control of death, if you die 3 times in a level, you get wings that allow you to do an infinite flutter jump, okay? And if you die with those silver wings, you get gold wings that not only give you the invincible flutter jump, but it also makes you invincible. And you can still die if you fall in a pit and things like that. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, can we talk about this in the next part? I'm probably not going to record this right away, actually. So, next time on Yoshi's New Island, we take on Fort Bucket Booby Trap, alright? What a train wreck of a series this will be. Alright, well, talk to you guys in the next part.